Hey everybody, Miss Griffin and I are going to be doing a science experiment with you all. So this week we have talked all about leaves and how they change colors. We've watched a science video about why and how leaves change colors. And even our interactive read aloud was about the fall leaves. So what I have over here for our experiment are a few supplies. I don't need this anymore, so I'll move it over. We talked about how we have yellow leaves in the fall. It looks yellow, right? That's what pigment or color it is. But did you know inside of leaves there are other colors too? That's what our science experiment is gonna be all about. And this was a green one. And what makes the leaves green? Do you remember from your science video? The chlorophyll. Do you know all about chlorophyll, Miss Griffin?
Yes, I do.
So chlorophyll is the food that the leaves absorb and it turns the leaves green. But we all know in the fall they change colors. And then the last leaf I have, take a look at this one. It's got all different colors in it. We've got some brown where the leaf is starting to rot and turn real hard and crunchy. Then we've got yellow, some green, some red. So what we're going to do in this science experiment is called chromatography. Can you say that word? Can you say it?
No.
Chromatography. It's a hard word. Chromatography. And that is the study of how the leaves change their colors and how we can pull those colors out of the leaves to see how many different colors the leaf has. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we need our leaves. I have 3 cups that we're going to put the pieces of leaves down in. I have a spoon to stir my ingredients. I've got some rubbing alcohol. Most of you probably have this at home, just some regular rubbing alcohol. I have some tongs. I may need these later. I don't want to get any of the alcohol on my fingers. I have strips of coffee filters. And I'm using coffee filters because we're going to put this down inside the liquid, that alcohol that we have in our cups, and this paper is going to absorb all of the color and the liquid. It's going to be like a filter, like you would use for coffee. And last but not least, Miss Griffin, I have my protective eye goggles.
Those are very important.
Very, very important because I don't want to get any of that alcohol in my eyes. It may burn. We don't want that to happen. So I'm going to protect my eyes with the goggles. So how do I look?
Beautiful.
Cute. All right, scientists, we're going to get started. So I have my 3 cups. Can you tilt our camera just a little bit there? Miss Griffin is my assistant scientist today, like you guys, and she is also my photographer. My camera
lady.
My camera lady. All right, so I've got my 3 cups, and now I'm going to take each of my leaves and I'm going to tear them. What this is going to do when I tear them, it's going to be easier for that alcohol to mix with the leaves and really bring that pigment or color out. So I'm just going to rip it into kind of small, you can kind of see it on my finger, tiny little pieces. And I don't have to do the whole leaf, but I want enough for the experiment to work. What do you think, Miss Griffin?
I think that's
Sitting
pretty good.
Close. So first cup, I have the yellow leaf. My next one, I'm going to use my green one. I'm going to rip it up. Have you guys seen any of the fall leaves yet? Do you have any leaves changing at your house, Miss Griffin?
I do. I'm ready to see them turn red, though. I've not seen red leaves yet. Those are my favorite.
Too. Or orange. Orange is really pretty.
Yes.
I don't know. I think fall is probably my most favorite season of all. I love the smells like pumpkin spice and apples and the foods. Definitely the food that we eat. Okay, so there's my green. I think I have enough. There's the green leaf. And last, I have this one. This one's pretty unique. It has reds, and it's a little more crunchy. Why do you think it's a little more crunchy? Do you think it's dried out a little bit more?
Yeah.
I think it's maybe dried out a little bit more than the other ones. Because, you know, we see green leaves like in spring and summer, and whoops, I'm getting it everywhere. That's how crunchy this leaf is. It's going everywhere. Just kind of use my fingers to get it in there. So what we're going to do is be able to see what different colors are in these leaves. I'm going to put a little brown in there too, see what happens. I think that's enough, don't you?
Yes.
So there's the leaf with all the different colors. It was a really cool leaf. So the next step is I'm going to use the end of my spoon to kind of just beat in there and crunch them up a little bit more and really get that pigment and that color to come out. And this kind of just helps crush the leaves a little bit. Just kind of squishing them down in there. And you guys could do this at home, only if you have an adult around. You could do this science experiment at home too. And my last one, just kind of crushing them down in there so the alcohol can get in there and pull those colors. All right. Whoops. It's going everywhere. All right, so the next step, because you know science experience, we have lots of different steps.
Sorry.
There we go. Now they can look at the cups. So now the next step is to pour the alcohol in each cup. And I'm only going to pour enough to just cover them a little bit. I don't need a whole cup full. So I'll do this one first. This alcohol is going to mix with the leaves. That one and our last one. Try not to make a mess. Never get your alcohol out without an adult though, because you don't want it to get on your skin and in your eyes. It could burn. So if you're going to try this experiment at home, make sure you have a grown-up. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these strips of my coffee filter and I'm going to be putting the end down in the liquid so that it can absorb it, and the other half is going to just lay over. I only need the bottom piece to be in there. Now, the results aren't going to happen right away, are they, Miss Griffin?
No.
It's going to take a little bit to...
Takes time.
It takes some time. We have to be really patient for it to work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit right here on our table, and I'm going to come back after our recess time and after lunch, and we're going to check out what's happened so far. And as you can already see, some of the alcohol is already being pulled up the coffee filter. Do you see it? Pretty cool. So, guys, we're going to come back in about 2 hours or so, right before the end of school, and we're going to see if we have any results yet. Hopefully, it does what it's supposed to do, and it pulls those pigments and colors out of these leaves. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Bye.